Hey, it's Mike Watson with Keller Williams here in Palmdale with the language of real estate for January 2022. The market did well, as it has been doing for the last couple of years, surprisingly. In January, we had a huge uptick in new listings to come on the market. As you can see, almost 500 came on the market. That was a 15% increase over December and a 7% increase over last January. And I like to compare the year over year numbers just so we can see whether or not it's seasonality, and that'll show up here in a little bit. Well, it does here as well. You know, a 15% increase over December. Yeah, fewer homes came on the market in December, right? Less people wanting to try to sell and celebrate the holidays with their family. The number of homes to go into escrow also is up from December, 13% and 15% year over year. That's very interesting, especially because in January, interest rates rose almost a full percent. That's a big deal. As far as affordability goes, that's for a buyer, that means in order to keep their payment the same, their purchase price would have to be 10% less in order to keep their payment the same with a 1% interest increase. Number of homes to sell in January, big decline over December, which is very interesting. Again, back to the idea of people don't like to move during Christmas. There wasn't really much of a heads up about interest rates going up. So it wasn't that. That's happened in years past that there was talk, even last year they were talking about there being a 0.5% increase on fees for new loans that were backed by Fannie and Freddie. And we saw a little spike in that. But that was like November, I think, of 20. So anyway, you get what I'm saying. With the 22% decrease, that's a big step back, but December was a phenomenal month. But we're up almost 16% in closed units year over year. Interesting. The average sales price dropped 5% down to 452,000. That 452 is still higher than the average selling price of all of 2021. Last month we were at like 475 or 477. But that was just, again, December was amazing. And that was the highest we've ever had last month. And so this being right in line with the average for all of 2021, values aren't declining. The 16% year over year increase, that's amazing. I mean, we saw 20 to 23% value increases on average the last 2 years in a row, which the first year is, okay, but the second year to have 20+% growth on top of the previous year's 20% is really phenomenal. So I've talked about this the last couple of months, that it's been interesting that our pricing hasn't really adjusted. Our demand, you saw the number of homes that go pending, is still really high, and our days on market are going up. 30 days is a very healthy market. It's still considered definitely a seller's market when we look at days on market versus just total inventory levels. But 18, almost 19% increase versus December, and a 6% increase versus last January. If you remember last year, we had for most of the year, we were hovering at like 14 at the beginning of 21 and the end of 20, obviously with the exception of January here. But that's seasonality, and you can see that with the increase month over month, right? The month's worth of inventory, we're going back down. We're on like a 20-week consecutive decline in number of homes for sale, and I think we've only had 11 weeks in the last 52 that we didn't lose inventory levels. We're back down to 1.25 months. For the lowest that we got was down to like 0.99. And as a reminder, a balanced market would be 6 months worth of inventory. So very much still on the seller side, even though days on market are going up, interest rates have gone up, The average selling price has stayed roughly the same in average with last year. So people talk about, is the market going to crash or correct? I don't think it is. And with the interest rates going up, I think that we're actually going to see the market get a bit stronger. We'll see how that goes. But right now, inventory levels are low. Great time to be a seller. And if you're a buyer and you paid attention to what we were just saying with prices going up, it's a good time to buy. You want to get ahead of that curve. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. A lot of stuff is changing right now, like I said, with interest rates, and that's what we're really going to be focused on watching to see how it impacts the market. But as of right now, it looks like it's going to cause the market to grow even stronger. So, if you've been on the fence about waiting and you think that you're going to wait for the market to correct to buy or to sell and buy, might be a mistake. And I know that I talked about that at the beginning of last year, and look what happened. We had a 22% increase in average selling price. So anyway, hope you're doing well. If you need anything, give me a call, 661-733-2196. Talk to you soon.